Hello. If everything is set up, it should be working. We will find out. Everything's kind of a test right now, but everything should be working. In theory, in practice, who knows? Cool. We will pause that. I will start this. I haven't opened this yet, so I'm not sure what the audio is. Or, well, I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not sure what the audio is going to be like on it. If it's too loud, let me know and I can turn it down, because it's too loud for me. We'll just turn that down a hair. I think that's good. Anyway, this is Tavern Talk. It popped up in some cozy game that I was looking at, and it just seemed fun and chill to get back into with. I know nothing about it. From what I was able to see in the Steam page, it looked a lot like Coffee Talk, but I haven't looked up anything about it, so I don't know.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away, in a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this line specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern.
Cute. Oh, I love the door handle.
A place for anyone
It's like a little
looking
tentacle.
for an adventure or a quick refreshment.
Kind of wish that bird had like a third eye or something.
A place
Make it real
open
magical.
to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests, to make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
Now this has subtitles. We're going to switch to this one. There we go. So yeah, I think it's just like Coffee Talk. I've never seen Hamilton. I kind of got burned for it with an ex. She loved it. So that got... Why is that black? That shouldn't be black. This is why we test things. Go chat. Let's try that instead. Anyway, I had an ex that kind of burned me on Hamilton. I was forced to listen to the soundtrack on repeat for a while, and Jesus Christ, I was so tired of hearing it that I've just never watched it. Anywho, we have cute little elf. Hi Ankeep, how's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? Okay, all fine and dandy. Oh, Fable, she's cute. Yes, yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better, I took a walk around the grove and then replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Aww. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No. I'll go take another walk around the grove. This is really pretty. I'm just looking at all the stuff in the background. I'm gonna start clicking stuff. But, like, the little corn, little, um, dream catcher thing? Cute. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, same trees. I am not even going to try to butcher that. The same Hydra guarding the entrance to Alvon. Same moss. Even got to water asters. They didn't really need it, but there I was, so. Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is exciting as a roasted nut. Oh. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. Various types of nuts, walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. Sweet girl. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not a very something fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? I think it does. Story time. I got this smoothie because I've been drinking smoothies at work because I like smoothies, and I got this like green smoothie, and you would think green would be like kale, spinach, apple, blah. It had kiwi in it, and even more fun fact, I'm allergic to kiwi. So I took like one sip, and my mouth started going numb. And I was like, I shouldn't drink this. So I ended up passing it off to one of my coworkers. But Jesus Christ. I tried to poison myself at work, apparently. Oh, I'm gonna... Hold on. I see something I can fix. There we go. So what you're saying is you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about spice in your life. Ah, oh. That's what you meant. Well, yes. Yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. Like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? She's so cute. Like how her eyes just kind of dart around. Like, life isn't bad, but it's also not particularly fun. Have you tried visiting a circus? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Let's go zesty soup. Ah. Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or a gala, or arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Are you scared of heights too? Yes, I think that's the point. Ah, I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing. What is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things I've never lived through, though? If I've never lived through anything. What do you mean? Well, day in, day out. Live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Girl, don't we all? Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing. I'm not singing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. A pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Of course it is. That's the point. Finding them enjoying themselves in water. Sun shining through the treetops, making the stream glisten in fragmented light. A divine beauty. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. Character information. Click. Fable Verafina. Elf, 110. Oh, they, them. Cute. I love this. Ranger, Ashen Grove, Neutral Good, the Hanged Man. Cute. Fable Varfina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything, really. Their nut allergy probably doesn't help either. They're so cute. How do I close that? But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Aww. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? Duh. No. Rude. Prefer if you didn't. Rude. I want nymphs. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them to their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Cool. I did. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. Oh, cute. I'm not sure if it came through, but little bird cod. It's my favorite. You are so cute. It always makes me feel like a feather light nymph floating in the waves of the sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Is there really a difference? Yes, exactly. Thank you, Fable. Both? But mostly, I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering. I've been coming to your tavern for so long, and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes. Really? Yes. Hi. Yeah, the game is super cute. I think it's by the same people that made Coffee Talk. Um, so I love like medieval fantasy style stuff. So I was really excited to see this. If I like this, I'm gonna get the other DLCs for it. There was like, I think it was like 8 more packs I could get, like DLC packs I could get for this. So I might end up getting those. This is really cute, and they unlock like new characters and new quests and stuff. So we shall see. This might become the Saturday game, but we shall see. I have another game, Ghostwire Tokyo, that I bought. It was on sale, so I was like, whatever, fuck it, I'll try it. And I wanted to give that a shot, but wanted something chill, something cozy. Which I do. Do I need to put an apron on or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. I want to click this guy and I want him to do stuff. He doesn't. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. I love this little freak. His eyes kind of look in different directions, and I love nothing more than that. It's a skill I am working on training myself on how to do. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Can I feed him? Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Order. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I can check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something and see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. Once I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge, or pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in 5 bottles to the right. These guys? I like that. Want that. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I'm assuming accordingly. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Yes, I can feed him! Might mess them up on purpose. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. Book. Swift Strike. Okay. Swift Strike. Be a leaf on the wind with Swift Strike. This is a must-have for any dexterity devoted adventurer. Grants you agility, speed, remarkable accuracy. Oh, and a tasty drink. With an order this delicious, you'll exceed any dwarf's kill count in no time. Am I, like, drawing this piece? What am I drawing here? Oh, it just does it. Cool. And then... help. Do I... could use, like, a hair more information. What's that? Dexterity. Do I drag it? Oh. I don't know. That seems fine, I guess. This one? Sure. That. Okay. This one got like a little bit in it, so. That looks kind of like the thing. Right? That needs to be all the way up there. Hey, okay, so it does do a thing. I love Andu. Oh, he does do things. And you get a fucking achievement. That Andu for the first time. I'm gonna keep doing it. I love him. His little eyes, oh my god. Okay, fine. I will proceed with the game. I guess. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What do you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I can be. Can I poke the bird? Was that me? Or did it stop? I see. Well, give your creation a taste. I'm gonna poke the bird again. Okay, bird doesn't do anything. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'll be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes. I want to tell great stories, but... But what? Never mind. Aww. Hello? I like this tentacle. I like all of this. I love... I love... I love... Oh my... and the little glove. Anyway. I like that we see more stuff. Oh, the tentacle moves. Like the little hand spatula combo. How can I help you? A drink. Buddy, no shit, Sherlock. You are in a tavern. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. I love him. He's perfect. He knows exactly what he wants. Very specific, thank you. Yeah, I know. He's beautiful. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Okay. Order. What does this mean? Whatever, spoken heart. Is it just... Oh, wait, is that how much I need to add? 3 charisma. Charisma? Like so? No, charisma's all the way over. Okay. And then it's got like a little... Got like a little bit of this guy. But it's got a little of this guy. A little of this guy? Oh. Okay. Spoken heart. Oh, it's so cute. This should be digestible. Maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memory of that banshee haunting me into the loathsome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Rumor unlocked. Click. Rumors. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully I hyperbole. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says dreams are a fool's errand and that I'm running away from where I belong. Oh, baby, don't cry. We are rangers, Fable. We belong in the woods, like that stream that ripples down the mountain. We're the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yeah, no, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like a bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for the same freedom. Oh, they're so cute! Look at that little smile! Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. Fair, I guess. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove as well as my sisters. I think they'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? Oh, sweetie. I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny was never meant for me to leave? What if it did? And it would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Aww. Cute. I wanna... Oh? Hello? I wanna click this. Is this just the stuff? Characters. Rumors. Quests. Log. Recipes. Ingredients. Infusions. Cute. Map. Cute. Oh. Click. Highlands. Northern island of Fiosa. Known as the Highlands, it's not part of the Republic of Fiosa. Fiosa. I'm gonna butcher it anyway. Though there are prominent trading partners, the Highlanders are on friendly terms with the Fiosans. They look down on the Darians for giving up their sovereigns. Ugh. I am not great with words, my guys. Due to the White Mountains, the northern part of the highlands is very difficult to traverse, but it makes for a great location for both survival training and sledding competitions. Even further to the north are several smaller islands in the cold, icy tundra. They formed their own small nation called the Cerdal Empire. Now gaze southwards towards the highlands and their resources. Click. This is going to be a lot. I'm not reading all of this. I apologize. I just want to look. Moon Swamp. The Moon Swamp is a swamp area consisted to the dark marsh, more swamps. Okay. The name comes from a mythical area within the Moon Swamp where allegedly all 7 moons reflect in. There are 7 moons? That sounds so pretty. All 7 moons reflect in a pool of clear water all at once. These moon pools are a place only few have seen. Its physical rather than metaphorical reality is highly contentious topic. The swamp is very tricky to traverse, since even during daytime, it's entirely covered in a thick fog, only getting worse with bad weather. While the Moon Swamp is beautiful at times, many adventurers do not venture into it, valuing their safety over a thorough tour. Darkwood Thicket, Morrow Castle, Dark Marsh. Okay. That is a lot. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. I just want to look. Cool. Anyway, hello. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Serlin? You can call me Ser. Erlin. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Ser. Lin. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with quests, right? Do I? Okay, so they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no quest for me. But I may have one for you, for your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Yarn, terrorizing farmers, tearing apart sheep, the whole program. A werewolf. Boop. The Volkakin Serlin told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Tegrin. Potential threat to villagers. I wish I could straighten them out and like make them into cute. Straighten out better. Straighten out better. I want you to be better. Anyway. A werewolf, that's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south of Irove. Oop. A werewolf previously has been seen in Irove, a southern town. A nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with vampires? Think so. Nah, that just split society in 2 camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one are you? Give me. Vampire, always. Always. You lick! Ah, so you're into the fangs, are ya? An innkeeper never tells. You little rascal. Cute! I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires. Yes! Why? The wolves are too close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Valid point. Is that way you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my uncle Dragan. Would feel bad for slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? Can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. No, that hag had it coming. Brutal. Never fall behind your grooming schedule. Before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, southern werewolf, yeah? Right, anything else that might help others get with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. Boop. A world secret weakness is playing fetch. I hate that these are crooked. Playing fetch, apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. On any dog, trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Sarah. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Sarah, or Lynn. I really wish I had the option for Sarah ... Lynn. I like Sarah. Alright, Chief. You got a name or is it just Inkeep? Just Inkeep for now. Let me put fucking name it! Anyway. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Inkeep. Then before I venture on, got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. I'm just gonna put strength in a cup. Yeah, you're just getting strength in a cup. Southern Brawler. That looks like strength in a cup. That one was strength. Strength in a cup. Up here? It's very picky about where it wants this. There's strength in a cup. And then one of these. And this one. One of these. Southern Brawl. Boop. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Haps back west through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. I like that it looks like a little fight's happening inside the cup. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? No. My cousin claims her crop's being stolen by the undead snails. By undead snails. Boop. An unusual amount of undead seem to be haunting the west. Undead snails are being accused of eating crops. This apparently poses a problem. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west. So, might as well humor her. Make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead? It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just gonna open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. Angie! Look at your little Angie ears. And I'm ending it. Alright. Well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups. But sure, for more work I'll be back. Okay. Boop. Sarlin Pitoniak. Volkarin 36, She Her, Beast Slayer, Eurova, Chaotic Good, the Chariot. That's just Care. Care is a strong, fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscle. She despises small talk in any way or form, and, understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. Can I click the picture? I want the pictures big. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Nope. Don't have to go to waste. Do I click this? I could use some help. Fine. I guess I've got a few minutes. Thanks. Let me see your setup. This is where I keep all the rumors I've collected. Post-it notes, burnt pieces of paper, torn out note page. Yeah, same. My desk looks very similar. I keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Think the best next step would be sorting the matching snippets into the quest page. Okay, drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select the quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Yeah. Thank you for your help. Put on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Okay. You're different. You can go here, and you can go here. Werewolf. Can I only do 2? No, there we go. Werewolf Roman, Werewolf Secret, Werewolf Previous. Click. A werewolf on detours. A Rincent Vulcan passed by the Wayfarers and reporting a werewolf making their way up to the trade from Tergan from Erova. They pose potential threat to both helpless sheep and villagers. Apparently werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take this quest to save the Tergan from this werewolf mayhem? Boop. We did it. We have a quest. And we feed the friend. We sweep the stuff. I sip my Dutch Bros. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. 2, Prelude to Bravery. 58th of the Wake. Can I poke stuff? I want to poke stuff, and I want stuff to do stuff. Boo. Sorry, damn. Today I got a blended dinosaur egg rebel. I was gonna get the... what's it called? Mudslide Mocha, I think is what I was going to get. Seasonal. Yeah, mudslide mocha blended freeze is what I have been getting, but I didn't want coffee. So, yeah. So I got the blended dinosaur egg rebel. It's like blue raspberry, strawberry, passion fruit. Now it's mostly melted because I've had it for like 2 hours. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Terragon. Tree Garen. Tree. We're gonna go with Tree Garen. Is that true? It is indeed. Oh, they're so shocked. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday. Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even, preferably one who's good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. Ah, I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. Spit it out, child. And... Maybe I want the quest. Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near the forest. You know forest, you live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. You got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And... And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then, I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest, then I'd have to go on the quest. And then I'd have to fight a werewolf or talk to a werewolf, which is worse. Because what if that werewolf doesn't like me, and what if, when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. Wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe? I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I! Aww. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime, a frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah. Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them off the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. about taking the quest. Seems to me you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on the quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, I start to think more deeply about what might happen. All my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. That is a panic attack, child. There's something making you feel like you might fail. Aside from a bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mary Morgan incident, or my first encounter with the Amaranthian Hydra. Whatever, Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. I'm curious about the incident. Tell me about this incident. Yes, the Mary Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank God, a word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, they get fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong, as it does. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all shining in armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I never got lost in the woods before, but this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears, I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path that no one should ever take, past the riverbanks of Shivermere, home to the Mary Morgan. You know, of the Mary Morgan, yes, the wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. Boop. In the riverbanks of the Shivermere hides a Mary Morgan, a wrathful spirit prone to drowning men, women, and everything in between. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. Hold on. I silently bid farewell when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughing stock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? Oh. To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the Wyvern Chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. Boop. A Wyvern Chimera resides in the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers, beware, you might be on its menu. These have the same doodles. Huh. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. First encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it homemade biscuits. I would kill for some biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all that I wanted to say. So I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, By the rivers of the stars stand a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as gilded ice. Some things are as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, and all hydras love tea. According to the Hydra, Chimera's hatred for mice is universal truth. Maybe it just rhymed with ice, who can say? Alright. I thought to myself, wow, the Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest, maybe that shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore. I ran back, apologized, and begged for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They changed nothing. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and wherever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it, and I'd rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had just been once. Seems like my life only follows the path that's most embarrassing, or dangerous, or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Abel. Am I? See, just last week, I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. They always call me anxiety when I have them around. Cute. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping Amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping. Like a baby all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all of the sadness in the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry, that sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I'd offered them to the adventurers, or worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, more at me. Maybe they would have laughed with you if you chose to not run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes. Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. I love them. They are so fucking cute. Look at that little cheeky smile. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? Right? Like, I just want to put them in a little bubble of warmth and happiness and kiss their forehead and give them a cookie. They are so cute. You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me. But I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. Can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example. Don't you think I'm a little under-leveled? Do you think that'll change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not and there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. What if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I'm a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I, Fable, a great gardener and future hero, charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes! Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight, then I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry, lost lichen after all and just needs a little pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I'd need something with a lot of charisma for that. I leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I ask for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But, of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Okay. So. Can do sneaky. So can attack. Or can do charisma, so they can befriend. I don't want to get them killed, but I want this werewolf to be a friend, and this game doesn't seem like the type that would completely knock one off. I'm thinking charisma. What was that one? Spoken Heart? No. I think this will be great. We're gonna get a werewolf, and it's gonna be super. 1, 2, 3. Boop. And it's got one of these. 1. Did that? No, it did. Okay. And then one of these. Spoken Heart. Bing bing. Let's find out what happens. Hello, I present you a drink. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming. No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are quite a few Fargers in Treegarin. And I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I need to get started. Kick ass! I'll try. No, try. Do. Kick ass. You got this. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. You got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday. And how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest, so... I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem to be something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us. Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. Goodbye. I hope Fable will be alright. They will be fine. Wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. You're back. Dark and brooding. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drinkable? Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? The spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Do the thing. Spoken heart. Draw the recipe. 1, 2, 3. There's that. And it's one of these guys. And one of these guys. Spoken art. Pink. Spoken art just for you. Maybe it'll help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. And they're gone. Charming. I love them. Dark, broody, mysterious. I love them. Ooh. You guys are adorable. Wait, can I touch the slimes? I want to poke them. Do your little hand flick. Queer. Careful. You'll step on my cape. Little bats. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh. Not another one of those empty babblers. Would you prefer a different line? I can confidently say I'm all but empty. Let's see. Hail and well met ventures. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. Could try the one where you just serve us some drinks quietly. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. Ugh, I'm warning ye. I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye, the innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me. Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. He's a tad perfect. I love him. I see. That thing on your shoulder? Is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape! Your cape. That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is an ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it's on you? Aye. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for story? And your names? Yes! I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Duquette du Song? It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Got it. That looks like a cup of red if you have ever seen one. Red. Got the little sword. Sword. For one glorious cup of red. 1, 2, 3. And one of these. And one of these. One perfect cup of red. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. I love his big, cheeky grin. It also tastes delicious, very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite. No. Yes? Yes. Period. Okay. And who may offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong, something that feels durable, tough like a mountain or caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons look close enough. Coming right up. Frosted Lagoon. We haven't done this one yet. We haven't done that yet either. I want to do that. That looks pretty. Frosted Lagoon. 3 of these. 1, 2, 3 of those. And 1 of these. Nope. Take that. And 1 of these. Frosted Lagoon. Taste of Ur, just for you. Valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. Awesome. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about the ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me, deep in the mountains of Dulvmer, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big pile of gold. And then, suddenly, this big ooze comes along and gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh. Right. Boop. A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So, took my shovel, and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig your gold out? Silly food, she dug me out. And guess what he was clinging on to? She is pissed. The gold? Oh yes! A big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Boruvia? Boruvia. Boruvia. And perhaps it can get me a dandy new cape. I will accept being called food by a vampire. By any vampire. My standards are low. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was the deal again? I get you to Beruvia, so you can partake in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Alright. Rhea, dwarf. 175. She, her, blacksmith, background here. Lawful, neutral, the world. Rhea is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste NPC talk, whatever any of that means, and seems to have caught herself with a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she's now stuck with him. I really wish you could click the picture and it makes them bigger. Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother, it is a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. For cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal. I could put a quest out for you, but for that, we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I'd need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Stratton Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course, I cannot find it. The Cape of Invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status, obviously. Of course. Then, when was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? I married my sweet Evelyn. I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn, residing in Marrow Castle. That would be her. Boop. Bad blood. Where are we? Vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. Beautiful. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spill it out, Leech. Oh. What? My cape. I love Kyle. Oh, little freak. Ah, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast, her, the thieves of thieves, robbed my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be her heart? No. I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape! I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps innkeeper. That's your name, right? No. Oh, my deepest apologies. What is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are valuable currency, after all. For some types, indeed. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. I will be your best friend. All my friends call me innkeeper. Ah, in that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, innkeeper, do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yeah, I think we can find an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, on a foot of the mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of Darkness. Temptress of men. Flamenco champion of 1467. The right here should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. Be wary. She bites. And she may be invisible right now. Boop. I have so many of these. At the foot of a witch's wrath peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. Alright, think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. And keep quickly another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Alright. Click this so I can draw it. And it is... Boop. Cool. Draw recipe. 1, 2, 3. 1. And is this one? Yes. Frosted Lagoon. Beep. I love this vampire. He is so deranged. Sippy sippy. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back's all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh. Oh, right. Innkeeper. Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? You know, I have just the fucking thing. Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin. I mean, I got the chilies. Those kind of do the same thing, right? That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of Chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? Jesus Christ. One thing stands against... The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of a sun is chimera saliva, apparently. Source, Aunt Matilda. A vampire? Chimera? A thing, a beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia, likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable, whatever, fuck me, bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. Delectable bear chimera in the Skyland Caves. I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. Say please. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dear Sreya, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh, no, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among the mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? Kyle. Show me Kyle. Vampire. Who knows? He, him. Eridu. Where? Chaotic neutral. The fool. A peculiar visitor, looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems like he's definitely lost more than just that, possibly also a few of his memories and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Morrow Castle, and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a tad too much. As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds. Especially that part. Splendid, did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we waiting for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing, I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real boy one day. Thanks, Rhea. Enjoy your stay. Okay, have a good sleep. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You too, tasty creature. I love Kyle. All right. Quest. We are uh Chimera. That's a spirit. That's that Banshee. That. Wedding Day. Undead Banshee. I thought I had one more for the. I thought I had one more for the Chimera. Nah? No. Alright. Anyway, we can do this one. Banshee. There's that. Maybe these 3? And that one? Yay! There we go. Scales and claws are valuable treasures to any alchemist, saliva even more so. As it happens, certain vampire males will use the rich saliva to produce sunscreen so effective that he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? Cool. Feed him the scraps, do a little dusting. Okay. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Part 3, New Friends and Former Enemies. 59th of the Wake. Start time. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Okay. Did we make a friend? Did we make a friend? Fable, did you make a friend? So, Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. I think we made a friend. It's good to see you too, Care. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you, I am. That seems like a given. They're blushing. Just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. Liar. We're not. So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Thanks, Care. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like a feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? I wanna click this. Huh. Cute. I was hoping we could see what the wanted poster actually was. Anyway. No, Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think he's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it's sounding like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest care. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide field and vineyards, as well as see one farm after another. An idyllic sight, well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can see more than a human could, but darkness is still darkness, and I'm no owl. Thank gods you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and stepped out of the shadows, and I said, Good evening, werewolf. Please put that sheep down. I didn't expect them to be entirely in the right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a, "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put the sheep down." And she asked why, and I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked who you are. Who are you? A guard. I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality, and then it pierced with a horrible yell. Please, it was barely a bark. It made my blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turn around immediately. Lick the nose. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. It looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn had the werewolf on the ground fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just the same kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear, that old bastard. Hey, why can't I say that? I'm assuming that's bastard. What the fuck? Youth protection, age rating system's quite harsh. Shit. Ah. Anyway. Dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelled like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought that up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable, angry, distant, fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Fedor? Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away without a word, left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried, senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him, and their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was to get rid of those problems just as far away. Jesus Christ, let me try that again. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone else as possible. Idiot. Did you talk about it with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him, and I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I I would have never done that, of course, but they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. And if they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop 2 angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn's miscommunication. Feud. The feud. Sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit, but he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. And if we had known, we'd helped them the best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed and scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So we decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. Sorry, I started dying. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing, not any human thing or bukkake thing, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that. The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to? Maybe. How did it go? Fine. Take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. Eddie got so obsessed with the cure, he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done, that he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy, no change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living in our settlement, near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. She does not seem happy about being a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is! It's a happy ending. Yay! I wouldn't call it a happy ending. Happy ending, rather the beginning of something new. So at the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my taste. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. was talking about how they needed to update you on everything nonstop. Would think they lived here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah! Said something about being for you and keep. Oh? Really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? That, well... So a drink. What can I offer you, Care? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual strength. Never gets old. Boop. Want it. That one. Boop. Draw. 1, 2, 3. And it's one of these. And one of these. Southern Brawler. Boop. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses? I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. I really wish I knew what, like, this actually meant. Like, whatever. Swift strike. One, 2, 3. Back in that. And one of these. And one of these. So strike. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're about to pass out at any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yeah, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything's still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was good at pretending. I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm gonna save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right, I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm gonna head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. His hood's off. Look at that little wispy shit. Fuck. Good evening to you too. Hello, yes. Okay. Are you taking this? This quest wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. Oh yeah, bud. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. Oh, he angry. I want that quest. Fucking take it, dude. Yours. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean, yes. Well, no one's gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes. It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, but God, I hope she does. No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Buddy, your context clue skills are lacking. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes. I would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yeah, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all the animals steer clear of Marrow Castle. Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside. Or leave. I think that's a little snake on his face. And anything that tries to merge into her land, merges into her land, or one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding the rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire. She seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worthy of the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. It is very true. I think him and Kyle would get along famously. I do hope we get to see Mr. Mystery and Kyle. Man, this guy might kill himself. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I'm one with the shadows, the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. I can tell from the way your cape is magically doing this, or your shawl is magically doing this thing. Your hair's got a little swoopy. It means you're stealthy. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Hehe. Maybe something useful that doubles as decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a bit too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. I wonder if that's what these guys are for. You just slot quest trinkets in them. Be cool. Wait, you're being serious? Yes, absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to your doorstep, and the cape back to me. Along with a neat addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? Could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade for them? Secret. Secrets are a joke. I I think he would give the most stale joke of all time ever. But I also do like some lore. I love some good secrets. I'm thinking secrets. Yeah. Do secrets. Secrets. I have many. I'm so sure you do, my guy. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. Mm-hmm. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy I spent hours just watching you from afar. Can do it again. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after that adorable green one left. Like you thought they might just trip straight into a monster's maw. And you're swift with your hand and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. Ooh, we touched on infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. I was finally able to unpack them. Infusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could fake crystals or frozen pine cones. Click. Cool. Frozen pine cone. If someone tries... It is sometimes hard to tell which ones are magical ingredients and which ones are just regular frozen pine cones. Either way, they seem to get the job done. Frost armor. Frost armor is the ultimate solution when it comes to protecting against anything, whether physical or magical. A bit cold, but nothing a blanket can't fix. Fey crystal. Much like a playful fae, they are named after fey crystals. Deceive. They're not actually crystals, but magical plants handmade by Seelie sages wishing to share their magical gifts with the world. Invisibility. Ooh. Invisibility is the perfect aid for stealth quests as well as hunting. Very helpful for avoiding fights entirely. And Phoenix Chili. The rare Phoenix Chili is found natively only near the charred valleys of burning peaks though an invasive species. It's delicious. Fire resistance is great when fighting enemies that can burn you to ashes. Hopefully, helps a bunch when fighting draconic creatures, but does not protect against lava. I personally think that this would work against the sun. Nice. I love how much we know about him. Air Echo 25. He, they. Love him. Rogue. Theme is chaotic. Good. The moon. Go. For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. Frozen pine cones have absorbed some nature's icy properties. They can help you form magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I also got some Phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, buddy. So I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps a smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost something against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility would help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with a decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful with how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in one way. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape. So that I can mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay. I'm going sneaky for everything. Sneaky. And the sneaky was the Fey Crystal? Sneaky Fey Crystal. I want one of these. Womp. Great. this one. Okay. That is already there. One of these. It's like a shot. Swift strike. Yeah. That's what this dude's getting. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, innkeep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Ha. Good one. It tastes like not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. I wish his nails were painted. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. Same. Yeah, that makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and as quiet as the wind. And if she can't see me. Goodbye, innkeep. Bye, Zephyr. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers. I shall be damned if they control my fate. Mood. Fuck gods. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Boop. Give me something. Zephyr is a difficult character, to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. Farewell. Bye. Goodbye. Or for a bitter end. Oh, hey, you're back. What up? Are you taking the other one thing? Take this quest and a drink. Sure, sure. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep? How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. What's hard to get up? There are worse. Of course, my apologies. I'll make sure to keep your feedback. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? Think you already said that. Make something strong that'll wake me up and keep me up too. You want the fighty? Fighty fighty. 1, 2, 3 of these. 1 of these. And 1 of these. Southern Brawl. Oop. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of it too. Just the right amount of too much. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. It is yours. So you said. I see it's my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It's been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom? It's torture. That too? Well, boring's not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire's sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fires don't mix too well. Also, if everyone did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. It would be. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention you like fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? I'm sure a vampire would find that very impressive. She's embarrassed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No. Not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in the line of doctrine. Good thing I ain't a priest. I do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous. Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement. Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. Ah. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. It seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What is it about guardians? It's less about the guardian, more about what created it. Maybe a little about Chimera. It's got dragon head, right? Yeah, modeled after its creator, I guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had a little keepsake for all of them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed on to me before she passed. Left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think that she visited one of her dragons each one of her dragons one last time. Boop. Karen's grand greatsword once belonged to her grandmother. Allegedly, it's a gift from the dragons themselves. Very impressive if true. What do we got left in here? Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. And that sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest almost feels like I'm stepping back in a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No, was the only kind she ever encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me then. I don't know if I'll make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? Cute little smile. So, you like dragons? I do like dragons. I have a coworker that draws me dragons almost daily. They're fascinating creatures, very interesting, very magical. They are. Fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic. And their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. I don't do all that magic bullshit. Why not? Is that a setting? No, we just don't swear. Okay. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. Little help never hurt anybody. Little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Care? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help? It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear I have some incredible infusions to offer that would greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get for you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy, or something for the brain. Baba talked a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play, but I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix Chili would make you fire resistant. Could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or go heavy on intelligence. Ooh. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. Don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Okay. So, I want to mix shit with the infusions, but intelligence is fun. And intelligence is the one drink that I haven't really had a chance to make yet. But that doesn't sound super useful. What's the defense one? That one? Okay. We'll do that with the fire chilies. One chilies. And then 1, 2 of that. Sure, we'll go with that. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already. And dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take a dragon on like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is this sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. He hops! I love this bird. Do more stuff, bird. Maybe he should sunbathe a little less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in the mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Feed the snacks. Sweep the floors. Blow out the candle. Okay. Cool. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna save. Save here. Did it do the thing? Yeah. Double save just in case. Cool. So that's what I'm gonna call it for today. I'm just gonna save that again because I can. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming out and hanging out for a bit. I'm going to try my best to make this a regular thing. The plan is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I'll do like kind of bigger games. I'm gonna revisit the last Saints game that just came out because I fucking hated that game, and I would like to hate it less. So I think I might be able to give it another shot and see how I feel about it. So I'm gonna give that another shot. We'll see what happens. Um, and that'll probably be during the week, and then Saturdays will be probably this. I was really enjoying it, so I'll probably get the DLC stuff because nobody can stop me. Yeah, all right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.